Winner take all no more. Some Pennsylvania Republicans want the Keystone State to award its presidential electoral votes to the winner of individual congressional that get gerrymandered by the state legislature. A move that could drastically change the 2012 political map. Under the proposed changes, if President Obama were to win Pennsylvania again in 2012, even in somewhat of a landslide, he may end up getting less than half of the state's 20 electoral votes. Well, to help us wade through it all, we're joined by former Pennsylvania governor and NBC political analyst Ed Rendell and former RNC chairman and MSNBC political analyst Michael Steele. Chairman Steele, I'll get to you in a second, but let's go to the Pennsylvania man first. Governor Rendell, there seems to be a lobbying effort here that's growing somewhat nationally to try to stop Pennsylvania Republicans from doing this. Make your best case of why you think this is a mistake.
Well, first of all, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because Pennsylvania could wind up essentially saying that some votes are worth more than others. It would be like, Chuck, if we changed the rules for governor and I won my first election, 15 out of the state's 67 counties, but I was elected governor because I won the more populous counties. If we said the governor gets elected by how many counties he carries, it's disenfranchising voters. President Obama could win a landslide, and after this redistricting that's going to come up, he will lose 12 of the congressional districts. He'll win 6. He'll get 2 votes for carrying the state, and he'll lose by 4 electoral votes the state of Pennsylvania. That's not fair. That's not right. It's a disgrace that Republicans are trying to do this, particularly after they've lost 5 straight presidential elections in Pennsylvania.
Hey, Governor,
do you think they're interested? Do you think they're interested in good government, not on your life?
No, how serious is this, though, in Pennsylvania? Have you talked to the current governor, Governor Corbett? Have you talked to him about this? Is this a serious proposal, or was this sort of the brainchild of a couple of Republicans and it's gotten blown out of proportion?
No, Senator Pileggi is probably the most impactful Republican in the state. He's the Senate Majority Leader. This is not just a hairpin that's being pushed by some legislator. And Governor Corbett's already on record as saying that he's for it, saying that the Philadelphia region has too much influence, and our votes are disenfranchising people in the other parts of the state. It's ridiculous. This is somewhere between reprehensible and disgraceful.
Yeah. Michael Steele, we're seeing here, if you were the chairman of the Republican Party, where would you stand on this? Would you be asking Pennsylvania Republicans, do it, or and say, you know what, I'm going to call up Florida Republicans and do the same thing because, hey, we've gerrymandered that state to the point where we can risk losing?
Well, I think as national chairman, I would pretty much largely stay out of it because individual states on the political side are driven by the legislators, and the legislators are really setting the tone and the pace. Just as you saw in Florida.
You would stay out of it, but what do you think of it?
Well, look, I get the politics of it, absolutely, but it's like, saying in Maryland where, elections are decided by 3 counties, 2 counties in the city, Baltimore City, Prince George's, and Montgomery counties decide statewide elections. So you want to try to create a situation in which their votes are less impactful on the overall outcome. You can't. They've got the population. They've got the political, wherewithal to push through their votes. You've got to figure other ways to balance the system out. You just can't gerrymander it to your
Pete Sessions, who is chairman of the National Republican Congressional Committee, in charge of trying to keep Republicans in charge of the House, he issued this warning shot to Pennsylvania Republicans. He said, this proposal will have minimal effect on the presidential race at the expense of negatively altering the political landscape for Republicans in Pennsylvania's House races. Governor Rendell, is Pete Sessions right?
Yeah, he's absolutely right, because, for example, if Philadelphia is not going to be able to weigh in terms of its margin statewide, then we won't spend money in Philadelphia. We'll take that money and spend it in the swing suburban districts, and it'll be much more difficult for the 3 Republican incumbents in the suburban districts to get reelected, because the money will be substantial, because we won't have to worry about turnout in Philadelphia.
That's exactly right, and that goes back to the analogy I was just making in Maryland. If you try that same type of situation where Republicans do have some strength in a state like Maryland, which is obviously not Pennsylvania politically, you wind up diminishing the opportunities for Republicans to win because the Democrats are going to shift those resources into those areas that are much more vulnerable, or could be potentially vulnerable. So Pete Sessions is right. The legislature has to be very careful here how they try to take the political axe and carve up the state to the, for presidential politics, because it's the local stuff that really matters.
I want to ask both of you this, and Governor Rendell, I'll start with you. There's a movement afoot of trying to create a state compact so that the popular vote essentially wins out. So if enough states that add up to 270 electoral votes agree that they will send their electoral votes to vote for the popular vote winner, then all of a sudden we would go that way. Where are you on that? Do you think we should just sort of go around the Constitution, which is what this would do, and go to the popular vote route?
Well, I'm not sure we should go around the Constitution, but I think we should change the way we elect the president. I think popular vote should be the deciding factor. And look, I appreciate Michael's candor on this, but we shouldn't analyze this, Chuck, by Republican or Democrat. We should analyze it by, is it fair and is it right? And it isn't fair. And I don't understand the Republicans. They have their best chance to carry Pennsylvania in a presidential election in a long while. I don't understand why they're doing this. It looks so unfair, and it looks like they're trying to take the election by sort of subversive means.
I was just going to say, I echo. I mean, here they have. I'm one of those who doesn't buy that Republicans have that at the end of the day they'll come up short. But the fact is, they actually have a chance. So why would they undermine their chance? In many ways, they've now probably hurt the cause even more, because now it doesn't be used to rally
absolutely
vote.
And that's again where it's bad politics. You're taking an axe to something that is basically you can handle locally through your redistricting process and the kind of candidates you're going to run in these areas. I just think it's much more work on the Republicans' part than they really need to do.
Very quickly, when it comes to popular vote or electoral college, when somebody overseas asks you how we elect our presidents, what do you say?
I'm an electoral college guy.
No, but I mean, how do you explain it? You really you think it's easy to explain?
Oh, I do.
To an international visitor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Governor Rendell?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's almost impossible to explain.
That's how it's at the end of the day, when a foreigner asks about the electoral college.
You got to get up at around 11 o'clock, go to the state capitol and vote, at midnight. So it works. It's a good system.
All right, Michael Steele, Governor Ed Rendell, thank you both for coming on.